Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back in the building once again. Afcon Live 2025, home and away. Afcon Live 2025. Man, like CM in the building. Here we
Hey,
go. Here we go.
hey, hey, what's
Yes,
good?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man's in the kitchen
Hey,
cooking up,
hold on,
chefing.
hey, bro. Listen, I'm here
Come on.
grating coconuts right now, man. This is this is this is as old school as it gets.
Yo, big glad to see him in the building. Oi,
Yes, sir.
we are ready for the next game. It's gonna be a live one. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Nigeria versus Tanzania should be a very interesting game. I'm gonna get into these lineups real quick. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Just give me a second. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. There we go. Lineups. Lineups. Here we go. I'm gonna zoom in here. Nigeria, a big game for them. This has got to be a statement tournament for them after the last few years of disappointment as a nation. They really need to step it up in this tournament. But we'll look at their team right now. In Wabali in goal, they have a back four of Osei Samuel, Ajayi, Bassi, and Sanusi. And then in midfield, this is wrong. I have a feeling it will be Ndidi and then Adams, with Chukwueze, Lukman and Osimhen in attack. And then for the Tanzania side, it's going to be Foba in goal, Kapombe on the right hand side, Wamyeto and Hamad as the centre backs, and Hussein as the left back. Then we have Morishi, Sanga, and Mombwa is partnering them all up in midfield, and then Msuva, Samata, and Alarakaya, Alarakia, there in on the left hand side. They better do better than Botswana did yesterday. Did this afternoon. That was poor. The worst performance I've seen at Afcon in a long time. I don't care. Tanzania, you have to show us something. And I think because of the way Nigeria kind of sometimes can be lax and underestimate opponents, there might be something here for them today if they can get their execution on the attacking side correct. But Nigeria, this tournament is made for you specifically. If you do not win this AFCON, then there needs to be some very serious structural changes within the NFF, because that team, with what you have in terms of talent, and then if you go to the bench, they've got guys like Dessers, Juke, um, on Wachu as well, on Yeka, Moses Simon. Like there's guys. You can't even like you just can't. You can't. But hey, we're here. We're here. We are here. What you
The
saying, bro?
arguably the strongest team, pound for pound on paper, Nigeria in the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
Like you said, nothing more, like nothing less than a win is expected here. Tanzania, look, I watched parts of that Botswana game. It could have been way more than three. It was pitiful. I'm not gonna
It
lie,
was
bro. We
poor.
we we know about the strength of Senegal, but still, like it was a poor performance to kick off the tournament that way. It's really disappointing. Even if you're happy just to be there, you need to show something about yourself. And I think you mentioned something really good. Nigeria at times can be inconsistent in the way they play, in terms of quality, in terms of intensity, in terms of being engaged in every single moment of the game. So Tanzania are gonna have to take advantage of that if there are scenarios where this Nigerian side take their foot off the gas, or they don't start the game the way they're supposed to. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here, man. It's gonna be interesting. I want to see a competitive game now.
I do. I want to see a competitive game. We know there's no easy games at AFCON. I mean, the one this afternoon was an easy game for Senegal. They should have easily dispatched them by more, but the goalkeeper, Poco. for Botswana, kept them in the game for as long as he could, and kept them at bay. I don't know what's going to happen here. Once again, it's like Nigeria have to be focused. Like apparently they got the call from the government and said that if they can win this Afcon, they're gonna get themselves plots of land, new houses, all of that in Nigeria. So the motivation should be there on point. Even those incentives shouldn't even be part of your thinking. You should be thinking about lifting that Afcon for the first time since 2013.
But bro,
That
there's this
should be your
stuff
focus.
actually work for this Nigerian squad though, because most of them man could do that anyway.
I know, but they're trying to give them some added incentive, like to try and win. I don't think if it was me and I was in that position, me knowing the way that the country is mad about football and how disappointed they are in all of us, I don't need no extra motivation. I'm going out there giving everything that I can to make sure that we bring this trophy home. But it doesn't look like they're ready for this, in my opinion. They don't look like they're ready. But let's see today though, because the build-up's been quite quiet. We ain't heard nothing from them since they lost to Congo in that playoff final. But I don't know. I don't know. All right, let me give this a refresh because we might be a bit further ahead. Obviously, William Troost-Ekong retired just before the tournament as well for Nigeria, which was a big blow. They're gonna be starting with a whole central defense that is completely new. Semi Ajayi coming straight in with Calvin Bassey. While Semi Ajayi's been a part of the Nigerian setup for a long time, it might be a very different thing. There was interesting talk about uh tossing Adebayo from Chelsea potentially switching from England to Nigeria. Will he get the
Mm.
opportunity now? I wonder because a few years ago when he was at Fulham, he was like he's not thinking about Nigeria. He only wants England. That hasn't come his way. That call up. So now will he change? Because I remember seeing him, I think maybe earlier on this year, going to Nigeria, doing some stuff over there,
Yeah.
meeting family and stuff like that. I saw this man was on TV, and they were asking him where his dad was from, and then they told him, and then they was like, "Nah, that's not it, bro. He has to be from this place." And yeah, it was a bit of a sticky one, but all right, we're close to kick off now.
Do you know what like the consensus is? Because obviously on the Ghana side, I know you guys were having conversations yesterday about Derek Boateng, basically saying like guys like Callum Hudson-Odoi and Eddie Nketiah, we don't need them. They don't carry the mentality or in a sense alluding to the fact like if they didn't want to be here from the beginning, why do you want to be here now?
Yeah,
Do you know any kind of news or rumbles on the consensus of what the Nigerians think of Tosin making his
I
way
don't know.
over to the Nigerian national team?
I don't know, because like I haven't heard anything. I think they are definitely way more accepting of players from the diaspora, right? That could change their allegiances. With Ghana, we got this kind of funny thing where like it's kind of split. Some people want them to switch allegiances, and others are like, no. If they didn't want from the beginning, then we don't want them now, in it. So, but then it's like there's so much talent that's untapped out there. There's guys playing in
Mm,
Belgium, guys in the Netherlands, guys in Sweden, guys in Denmark that you could easily pick up if you open up the channels and just kind of gave them no judgment. Like just say, just come, just enjoy, like be a part of the culture, like immerse yourself within it. But we don't have that.
yeah,
Like which is where it's very different with Nigeria. They're very open to everybody. Like and they make it
yeah.
known. They try and pursue the players early. Like so. All right, we're ready for
It's all,
kickoff.
yeah, man. It's all about whether they want to be immersed into that culture, though, isn't it? Because it's like
Yeah.
there's certain guys that clearly you can see they're chasing a spot at a major tournament because they're not gonna get it where they first envisioned their careers going. So
Mm.
even if they come with that intention initially, how can you educate them to be in a position where they're actually representing the national team with pride. Because I don't think necessarily bringing those players along is a net negative, but it's the way how the national team operates and is able to educate them from team side all the way to like operational board side to make them feel a sense of pride and saying, yeah, I'm representing Ghana and I'm happy about it
Yeah,
now. I'm representing
yeah,
Nigeria. So I think it's not just the players' responsibility, it is also the responsibilities on the governing bodies to make sure that everything that they're doing is positively publicizing their national team in the right way in order to attract those diaspora players.
it's true. Nigeria to break now. Here's Osimhen. Ooh, big up Kendo in here. Big up to
Yes,
Kendo.
Kendall.
The Ghana flag. Tanzania and the neighbor Uganda are both improved. Let's see how they measure against the Super Eagles today. Big up to Hassan all the way in LA.
Hassan.
Come on,
Jeez.
come on, come on. But yeah, this game started fast. Nigeria was on the break there. So was Tanzania just at the beginning. So I'm expecting a competitive game. They can't underestimate Tanzania. That's all.
I've just seen,
Man like Eric Shell. Man like
hey,
Eric Shell.
I just seen the Osimhen break down. I just saw that attack break down, so I'm way behind, bro.
Hey, this is interesting, man. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. It's Chukwueze. Yo, big up to Jez in here. Big up to Jez in here. Hope you're good, bro. Hope you're getting ready for the Christmas celebrations with family and all of that. We still got some Afcon to go before that happens anyway, man. It's the third game of today. Last game of tonight is Tanzania against Uganda. Yeah. Mubali's got the blonde hair, yeah. I seen him he dyed it and he was like walking through mix zones and stuff yesterday. So yeah, he's dyed his hair blonde. You see, this is what I'm saying. Like, he feels like he's untouchable, that goalkeeper, bro. He feels like he's untouchable for Nigeria. I seen him make pure mistakes in that playoff final against Congo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
How
for
long
sure.
has he been the number one?
Years, like several years for Nigeria. And then I don't know if you remember, there was Maduka Okoye,
Mm.
tall, mad tall striker. I think he plays in Italy with Udinese now. He was challenging him for that number one spot, and then apparently he's fitting. I think he dropped out of the national team setup, and then he came back and he said he was available, and then they said that they called him up and he said he didn't want to come. So there's something going on between him and the FA for some reason.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's mad. It's mad. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. He needs to be on top of his game if he's going to be doing all of this blonde hair stuff, bruv. Nigeria on the attack. Out wide, his Sanusi. Hey, let's see what's going to happen. As it will be. Indeedy. It will be into Osimhen, but headed away. It's Chukwueze who's shot, and Foba with a good save. What? So the goalkeeper for Botswana's for Tanzania is his first international start at an Afcon. So he's making his debut
Hey,
for his national team at Afcon against Nigeria. Mad, mad. I
nah,
don't
that's
know how
actually
this,
cold. It's cold.
bro.
Nah, you best hope he has a good game, because the
He
last
better
thing
have
you
a
want
good
is
game.
something bad to happen.
Yeah, set piece for Tanzania. This is like a lot of these smaller nations' best opportunities through set pieces. With Bali. Wait, he did. Hey, he dyed his hair back to black. Nah, it was blonde. Now he's changed it to black. Funny.
Ducking the smoke, man. Ducking the smoke.
Check his paper. See if he's truly Tanzanian. CAF needs to look deep and come out with something to ensure that teams with quality qualifies for both Afcon and World Cup. We do not need teams like Botswana in the world stage. You say that, but I think it's a great story if smaller nations make it to World Cups. For example, look at Haiti's story, Curacao, Suriname could make it, Iraq could make it to the World Cup, like, through the playoffs. There's a lot of opportunities for that. Like, I feel like we can't limit smaller nations based off of the quality that they have. Like, they are doing their best to try and invest more into their grassroots so that they can improve on different levels. But I think that what we saw in the previous game was just down to a lack of really good coaching. Because like the coach waited until they were 2-0 down before he made any changes at all in the game. And that is, in my opinion, that's wrong. After seeing the first half and how poor it was, those players that executed a poor first half, you have to change it up. Just to give them, like, one, a sense of, okay, my place in this team is not solidified because I'm not performing. And two, to give opportunities to those who are hungry on the bench to come on and maybe affect the game in a different way. And that's really where I think the game for them was lost.
Look what Osimhen San did yesterday in the Egypt game. Took Ashore off after what, 30 odd minutes?
That's it. Like, if something is not
Brings
working as a
in.
coach, you got to do something. You've got to change it. Like, simple. Like, and the coach was just there. He was gesturing bare on the touchline as if to say like the game ain't running away from you. Like, you could have been 5-0 down in the first half, if not for your keeper. So at halftime, when you know you're only 1-0, yeah, bruv, rack up a couple changes, couple men up front, try something different with the tactics, man. It was just pure long balls. So I think it's a bit of both. Like, yes, we want to see the best sides represent the continent in the continental championship and on the world stage, but at the same time, the coaches have to do better as well. Like, here's Chukwueze now. Here's a chance for Nigeria. Ooh. Adams with a block by Foba out for a corner. Corner to Nigeria, but a bit of a delay as Foba, the goalkeeper for Tanzania, is down. Big up to everybody watching on Pros Only Sports on X as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button as well if you're new. Make sure you also follow the social media. Pros Only Sports on X, TikTok, and Instagram. Get in the comments as well. Let us know what your predictions are for this game. Nigeria have to win. They have no choice. They have to win this tournament for me. They have no choice. I think they'll win this game, probably 2-0. But let's see. Corner from Lookman. Oh, off the bar from Bassi. Lookman with the corner. No, that was Adams, sorry, with the header. Akko Adams.
You see, Adam Lookman was probably Nigeria's best player last edition of Afcon.
Yep. Yeah, I think he was really good. He was really good. Obviously, he's had a very tough time of it to the start of the season. Because he wanted to get his move from Atalanta to Inter Milan. That move broke down in the summer. They basically exiled him from the team. Then they called him back into the team. So he's had a very start to the season. Will he get his move in January? I don't know. But he's a big player for Nigeria on their day. Everybody's going to be looking at Osimhen and expecting him to do more than what he did in the last Afcon. He didn't really kick on from his goal against Ivory Coast in that game, in the second group game,
Mm.
where they won. That really tough matchup in the first group stage. But yeah, let's see what he can do, because he was putting up heroics in the African Cup World Cup qualifiers in that final game, getting himself a hat trick, but then couldn't do anything really in that game against Congo. So and he even came off injured as well.
Yeah,
So obviously Chukwueze is one of the most informed players in the world right now. So we'll see what he has to offer for Nigeria today. But Tanzania, obviously we see how they're set up right now. Every man behind the ball. Let's see what they can do. It's Chukwueze. Indeed, the captain. In Tanzania now. Here's Miroshi out wide to Kapombe. Here's a cross. Oi! Little overhead acrobatic by Samata, I think it was. Oh no, is it Suva? Yeah, it's Suva with the acrobatic finish. Hassan saying Nigeria may win the match, Tanzania will score. Okay. They might score. They are going to be a threat. There was nearly an opportunity there, but comfortable save for Mwabali.
yeah. I'm just seeing the overhead kick now. Is good play to get from back to front, deep cross. We've already seen one of them crazy overhead kicks in the opening game.
Yeah. Hey, and then what's happening? Yo.
Hey, and then just allow me, bro. Allow me. Allow me.
This is gonna be. I mean, already we can see there's a difference in quality between Tanzania and Botswana. Very clear. Here's Chukwueze now. Here's Lookman. Osimhen peeling off. Can he score? No. Wide angle. And it's offside. It's offside anyway. Nigeria playing quickly. Just offside Osimhen. But the angle was tight, so that was always going to be difficult there. And that's a foul by Bassi. Samata went down there. Tanzania win the ball back. Here's Msanga out to Kopembe. Into the ball. Heavy touch there. Here's Lookman. Here's Iwobi. So say Samuel. Here's Ndidi. Iwobi. It's Lookman. Lookman again receives it from Iwobi. Ooh, he tried to do a little back heel. What's he meant to give and go? But here's a bit of space now. It's an opportunity here. And Tanzania win the ball back in midfield. Here's Maroshi. Samata unable to get to gather the ball there. There's Lookman picking up the space. Oh, good tackle there by Magneto. It's an opportunity here for Tanzania. Here's Miroshi. Good tackle. Here's Miroshi again. Here's Samata. Alarakia. Miroshi. Alarakia. And I'll say Samuel was just going to clean that up. Here's Chukwueze.
Tanzania having some good possession early in this game. If anything, it's just the final pass that's letting them down.
For sure. For sure.
Just as they attempt to get into a crossing position, that's when the attack breaks down, and then Nigeria win it back and are able to get forward with pace.
It's been quite competitive in that midfield in terms of the battle between these two sides, and I feel like Tanzania have come here to play. They just need to just keep calm in the final third and execute well. And I think they've got enough goal for it as well. When you look at Samata, the captain up front, number 10, like danger man, used to play for Aston Villa back in the day. So he's got a knife for the big occasions and stuff, so should be interesting. Um, but they're very compact. You can see everyone behind the ball, but they're pressing well.
Mm.
See if they can create those to see if they can create those turnovers. It's Akko Adams now. Good defending there by Hussein. Chukwueze with the ball into the box. Looking for Osimhen. He's raining a lot in Morocco right now. Yeah, Nigeria, they've started well. I think definitely you can tell that they're taking this very seriously. The one thing I was worried about was that they will come into this game and underestimate their opponent. Not to say that these guys they wouldn't, right? Because a lot of them have been together for a long time. They know how African football works, but it's always easy to just slip. Here's Chukwueze coming now. Can he get the cross into the box? He can. Osimhen tried to volley. Here's Iwobi though. They picked the ball up again. Here's is Zanusi. Too strong, too strong, too strong, too strong there. Big up to Hassani saying on paper Nigeria should win easily, but Tanzania is not a pushover. They compete. It's true. They compete. And they've shown that in this first 22 minutes. Their ability to compete. You can see that they're just keeping compact, and then when they win the ball back, they transition very quickly from back to front. It's Chukwueze. He started really well. He's come into his own in this in the national team. He's been someone that's had to wait patiently for his opportunity off the bench. Oh, good turn, look, man. Ooh, was that a pen? No, it's Miroshi. Foba with the clearance touch by Hussein. Yeah, I was saying Chukwueze um, has really come into his own. He's had to wait patiently for his opportunity to start for Nigeria. Um, you know, obviously he was playing in Spain, I think was for Villarreal, then he moved to AC Milan, then he moved to the Premier League with Fulham this summer. So it's going to be interesting to see how he develops. He's obviously done really well with these last few games for Fulham heading into this tournament. So one of the informed players in the world right now, and he seems full of confidence for Nigeria to begin. Um, he's obviously taken over from guys like Moses Simon, who in a few Afcons ago, if you remember, he was lighting up the tournament, especially in those opening stages before they got knocked out by Tunisia. So yeah, Moses Simon's on the bench right now, and obviously uh, Ahmed Musa retired from international football just before this tournament kicked off for Nigeria as well. Um, so obviously now there's an opportunity for more attacking players to get into this Nigeria setup, and Chukwueze is looking to take his advantage right now. But yeah, this is it's going to be a change of the guard for sure through this these next few years for Nigerian football, because if they don't win this Afcon, as I said, structurally there'll have to be some changes with the NFF. Structurally, there'll have to be, because they've got players, they've got talent, they can attract talent as well. But if they can't put everything together to win at the major tournaments, then what can you do? Osimhen, Osimhen and Magneto arguing because he's unhappy with the challenge. Let's have a look at this challenge. Oh, okay, yeah. He's been poked in the eye. I don't know how you be poked in the eye with that mask on, but boy, it's but it's a free kick to Nigeria. It's going to be a free kick to Nigeria. I wonder who's going to take this one or how they're going to execute this. I think Lookman's gonna drive the ball at an angle. Super Eagles are all superstars comparing to Tanzania, full of unknown players that I have to Google their names. Hey man, sometimes that's how it is at Afcon. I look at that Botswana team for example. Yeah, I didn't know any player. I've not recognized any player in that starting 11 or in their squad, but they were able to qualify in a group with Cape Verde, Mauritania, and Egypt to get to these finals here. So sometimes the name don't matter. It's about what you do on the pitch through the games.
Those are the players that have a point to prove when they are going up against the likes of Osimhen, whether that be Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, all of the stars of this competition. They are the ones being hunted, and you've got a bunch of hunters trying to make a name for themselves and possibly even benefiting off of good form in this tournament.
For sure. For sure.
Heading
Lookman with
into this
the
January window, you just never know.
It's true. It's true. We were talking about the goalkeeper for Botswana. Definitely with all the saves that he made in the game, he's put himself in a shop window to move from the Botswana Premier League to go somewhere. He could play in Turkey, you know what I'm saying? France, if anything, man. Gives himself an opportunity. But let's see. Corner to Nigeria. And the referee has seen some pushing and shoving. So they're gonna retake it. Still more pushing and shoving. Because there's a bit of a mismatch between these two teams. Two players are trying to mark Semi Ajayi because he's like 6'3", 6'4". They can't. There's a big mismatch there. Calvin Bassey's is a monster in the air as well. So they're just trying to stop the threat. Osimhen to Chukwueze with the corner. Forward was caught as he took the ball out of the sky. He's holding his back now, and it's obviously going to be a free kick as soon as you touch the keeper. Hassan saying, I'm looking at Nigeria and wondering how on earth that these players will not be at the World Cup. And but the problem is that they had their opportunity and they failed. You go to that playoff against, well, first and foremost, the group. You didn't qualify through the group. So that's the first opportunity that you've missed. And then when you get to the playoff against Congo and you don't win that one either, it's problems. It's problems. So, you know, it is what it is. They have to win this tournament to at least save some face over the last several years of like misery for their nation internationally. So I said coconut is shaved. The coconut is fully shaved.
Yeah, we're this is gonna make a generation of coconut milk. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, he's Adams. Ooh. Oh, he says he won the ball. Adams is on the floor now, holding his leg. He won the ball though, I think. Yeah, he won the ball. It was the follow through. Yeah, they have to, Hassan. They have to win this Afcon. If they don't win this Afcon, serious questions have to be asked of the FA. And he definitely won the ball there. Here's Osei Samuel, Wilfred Ndidi, Semi Ajayi, and Calvin Bassey now. Here's Iwobi. Good ball to Osimhen. And Foba's come out of his goal. Osimhen. That was an opportunity there for Nigeria. The keeper came out of his goal into no man's land, and then he realized the mistake, and then he started backtracking. Osimhen was a bit wide, couldn't find a teammate in the center of the penalty box, so cleared away. The danger has subsided for Tanzania just in that moment. And it looks like it's a free kick to Tanzania so that they can restart play. Kapombe with the free kick. Chukwueze with the header. Chukwueze is going to pick the ball up and he's going to run at this defense. And he's going charging through on the right hand flank into the box. Can he find a teammate? No. He's been really good to start this game, Chukwueze. Continuing the form that he's found himself in for the start of the season. Here's Iwobi now in the center in the midfield. Calvin Bassey steps forward from defense. It's Semi Ajayi with a long ball now. Over the top. Here's Osimhen. Poor.
It's a rash
Looking to shoot.
decision there.
Yeah, for sure. Didn't need to do that.
You're crazy doing well on a couple of occasions, just evading challenges.
Yo, big up to everybody. There's 500 people watching across X and YouTube. Big up to yourselves. Make sure you like the video wherever you're watching it from. Subscribe to Pros Only Sports on YouTube as well. And follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok. So much more content during this Afcon 2025 tournament that we're gonna be doing all these watch-alongs right through to the final, as always. Goals, reactions, analysis, all of that type of stuff here on the channel. And Tanzania getting a rare attack in this half. Here's Samata breaking forward. And then he gets fouled. Calvin Bassey storming forward now. Here's Akko Adams. Osimhen in behind. And he goes round the keeper. Oof, off the line.
Oh, that is brilliant defending. goes around the goalkeeper. You think it's 1-0? Nah.
This keeper Foba, yeah, he's definitely showing that he's inexperienced because this is the second time he's come off his line, and this time was a very rash decision that could have ended up with a goal conceded for Tanzania. Like, the keeper should stay on his line as the angle is wide and allow the defenders to try and at least help him in that position. But he shouldn't be coming off his line. So the inexperience is telling. Short corner for Nigeria. Chukwueze. It will be to cross into the box. It's a free header. Goal! Semi Ajayi with the goal.
Towering header.
Goal for Nigeria. And the pressure has been telling. 1-0 to Nigeria. Semi Ajayi. Great routine off the corner for Nigeria. And a free header in the middle of the box after the cross from Alex Iwobi. And that's 1-0 to Nigeria to kick off the scoring in the game.
It's a lovely teasing cross into a dangerous area. And the header, even better. Just glancing it into the far post. No chance for Foba. And that's 1-0.
That's it. It's a goal. Big moment for Nigeria, kicking themselves off in the tournament with a goal. Can Tanzania get a foothold in the game somehow? Ooh, dangerous pass. Dangerous pass there. And Tanzania look a bit out of sorts after conceding this goal. Alex Iwobi just picking up the ball in the center of midfield, dictating the play from an attacking perspective for Nigeria. They've played really well, Nigeria, through these first 37 minutes. Just enjoying their football, look very loose. They don't seem like they're under any pressure here. And here they go again. Ooh, passage of play there. Just hey, leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone, bro. We have a World Cup to look forward to in June, bro. I can't say the same for Cameroon, though. I can't say the same for Cameroon. Cameroon ain't gonna be at a World Cup. Man, say shout out the Jet fans, you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
firing, man.
come on,
I'm staying patiently quiet when it comes to World Cup discussions, isn't it?
bruv.
Job's not
March.
finished. Job's not finished.
Hey. I mean, I'm there for the vibes. The World Cup is just for the vibes. I don't care. I've got one game I care about. It's the England game. That's it. I don't care about anything else. We ain't gonna do nothing in that World Cup. Not with our coach. But
Jeez.
I'm there for the England game. That's it. Here's Iwobi pushing forward.
I think that's a part of his
Ooh.
game that has developed really well as he's gotten older and his skill set has developed. Alex Iwobi being able to pick up the ball from deep, drive forward, and play that incisive pass.
Yeah, it's been good to see. Ooh, bad tackle there by Samata. He's frustrated, very frustrated with the first half. But yeah, bro, you're right about Alex Iwobi, man. This game has developed so much over the last several years. Um, you see it with Fulham and like the responsibility that they give him on the ball to be able to dictate play in the midfield. Um, and it's like a far cry away from like how he started his career at Arsenal and then when he was at
Mm.
Everton, where he was expected to be this kind of like really decisive winger, that was really affecting play in terms of goals, assists to his teammates, and he's been able to just kind of move back into midfield and just kind of roll back the years, I guess, man. Like, to be honest with you, and I think his time with Nigeria has also helped him too. All that adversity, the pressure, like it's helped him develop mentally as well. So I feel like he stays very calm, even in the tough moments in the Premier League when you're playing against all of these star midfield players and stuff like that. He's still able to perform, which is good. Um, but yeah, uh, I think he's on his way to 100 caps as well for Nigeria as well. So it's remarkable that he's been able to do that in 10 years. To be fair, crazy. I think this is his fourth Afcon now. He's on four Afcons now,
Man,
which is mad to think. So
and then if you don't beat New Caledonia, I'll crash out, bro. I will crash out.
Hey, it's all mad. You have to beat New Caledonia. I don't even know I don't even know they play football.
I did
I
not
didn't know
know, bro.
I didn't know they play
I,
football
I
for real.
I looked at the playoff bracket and I said, who? What?
I don't even know where that is, bro. I don't know where that is, bro. Moroshi with a cross. It's Samata. Ooh.
Nothing wrong with that. Still, just keeping the goalkeeper honest, stinging his palms.
Lookman brings the ball out of the sky on his chest. It will be Adams. It will be again. Into Lookman. He's in the box. Tries to square it to Osimhen, but good defending there by Hamad. And then saying Tanzania needs to step up. They have the fifth best coefficient in African football, fifth best league, and have four clubs competing in the African Champions League and one other club competition more than South Africa. Come on, they need to show their quality. It's true, it is true, but if you're talking about them with Nigeria, they don't meet at all in terms of the national team. They don't meet in any capacity at all. So we're expecting them to come here and try and spoil the party if they can. Isn't Suva? Can they get the cross into the box? Eee. It's a goal kick. This is a bit of a lull in the game, but Nigeria are going to look to see this out to half time. They've been threatening going forward. had a few opportunities but misplaced passes. Not the greatest execution on the final pass. 1 minute of additional time. Tanzania on the other end, defensively solid for the most part, but have been able to put together the final pass for guys like Msuva and Samata up top to try and give them an opportunity to score in the game. Here's Osimhen, Chukwueze, Bright Osei Samuel blocked. Here's Indeed, he picks the ball up again. Osei Samuel again with an opportunity to cross the ball into the box. Here's Indeed, he takes a shot himself. Parried by the keeper. Here's Chukwueze. Can he score? Oh, tipped over by Foba. Oh, the keeper's having a game.
That is
He's
a
all
save.
over the place.
1 minute he's running out, storming out of his line. The next minute he's tipping us, and that's a crucial save because that's looking like it's dipping over him, just under the bar.
He had to adjust
Yeah,
his feet.
to the defender sliding, desperate to get a block in.
And the corner comes in, headed away. Chukwueze keeps it in. Cross. Overload on the back post. Ooh, Osimhen with the overhead kick. We're about to see another contender for goal of the tournament. But into the hands of Boba. And it is half time between Nigeria and Tanzania. The goal scored by Semi Ajayi after some nice improvisation off the corner, short corner. Ball finds his way to Alex Iwobi, who crosses the ball into the box to a free header for Semi Ajayi, who gets the goal on a start where he replaces Troost Ekong, who retired from international football just before the tournament. Semi Ajayi finally gets his opportunity to start for the Nigerian national team, and he marks it with a goal to close out that first half for Nigeria. Boy, it's been a good first half. I think I've been way more entertained than I saw in the game against between Senegal and Botswana, because Botswana didn't
Mm.
offer us anything, but Tanzania have offered us something in this first half. They've shown a little bit of quality in the midfield, winning the ball back, creating the turnovers off the high press, but they haven't been able to materialize with any real clear cut chances on the goal for their nation. But on the other side, Nigeria have shown real good glimpses, from Samuel Chukwueze. Victor Osimhen's had a couple of chances. The keeper has given them opportunities as well, coming off his line. So yeah, man, it's been a good first half. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, yeah, I share the same sentiments. Tanzania, they've had good possession at certain points in the game. That kind of filtered out as Nigeria became the dominant side to end the half. But they are looking to they're not afraid of getting a shot on goal, getting forward, getting on the ball, and trying to push the ball forward as quick as possible and seeing how they can carve out opportunities. The one thing is that final pass, there's the second to last of final pass, being able to have that quality to then carve out a crossing opportunity, which leads to a header or a strike on goal. They're going to have to do that at a higher frequency and with more efficiency in the second half if they want to get back into the game. But I can't argue with their effort. They've competed from a physicality standpoint. They just need the quality to now come with it. And Nigeria, the quality is there to be shown. You mentioned Chakwueze running at defenders, evading challenges, getting crosses into the area. He's probably been the best player on the pitch thus far. Alex Iwobi picking up the ball from deep, playing those line breaking passes, playing it through, and finding guys like Victor Osimhen. They are looking dangerous. They are looking like they could get a second goal as soon as possible, and they almost did. If we look at the Victor Osimhen overhead kick, if we look at Chukwueze's deflected effort that was tipped over the bar by Fugo,
Mm.
who has looked shaky on his debut. He's run out on a couple of occasions now and misjudged the speed and distance towards the ball. He's been he's been a little lucky. You could say on the second occasion where he gets rounded by Osimhen and it leads to a corner, perhaps that is an error somewhat leading to goal. But he has also made a couple of crucial saves, so you can give him credit there. And I think they're heading into halftime at the perfect spot because Nigeria looked like they were continuously ascending. You want that to end. You want the momentum to kind of die down, and that's what you'll get from these 15 minutes. So they'll need to regroup. They'll need to discuss what they can do in this second half to minimize Nigeria's threat, and then try and get back into the game as soon as possible and stifle everything they've worked towards.
Yeah, for sure, man. Totally agree there, man. It's a very very um poised second half that we're about to see between these two sides. I wonder what kind of changes or tweaks that the coach for Tanzania is going to make so that they can actually get back into the game from an attacking standpoint. Because I think defensively they're set up in the right way. They just need to manage a few things and whatnot. But then for Nigeria, it's probably about more the same. See if they can go and get that second goal in the second half and kind of win this game comfortably so that they can kick off their start to the tournament and all of that stuff. But yo, big up to everybody who's watching right now on X, on YouTube. Make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribe button as well if you're new on YouTube to Pros Only Sports. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok as well for more content. Jump in the comments as well if you can and let us know. Let us know your thoughts on the first half. What do you think is going to happen in the second half? Will Nigeria continue in the same vein of form and then get their second goal and maybe a third one to kill the game off, or will Tanzania shake things up, get an equalizer, and make it a more tense end towards the game? Let us know in the comments as well. Big up to man like Drizzy saying, how many bicycle kicks are we going to get? Man's talking about the bonnet as well. Hassan agreeing with what we're having to say as well. Interesting. Interesting second half coming very soon. And then we've got one more game tonight. After this marathon of games, it's Tunisia taking on the Cranes of Uganda in the game, 8 p.m. UK time. So stay tuned for that. Tomorrow, we've got another packed day, Christmas Eve. We have Burkina Faso kicking off their tournament against Equatorial Guinea. I am excited for that one because Equatorial Guinea, they were doing a lot of big things in the tournament last time in Ivory Coast. They beat Ivory Coast, smacked them 3-0, and basically condemned them to the third place in the group where their fans thought that they were all going to be knocked out. And you know what happened after that? They went on the maddest run that I've seen in Afcon in a long time to go on and win the tournament at home after seeing fans crying on national TV, breaking seats in the stadium to end up becoming the champions of the tournament. Crazy story. Then we've got Algeria versus oh, come on. Algeria versus Sudan, 3 p.m. UK time. Ivory Coast kicking off their tournament in Group F against Mozambique, and a great game to kind of end the evening before we head into Christmas break. Cameroon versus Gabon, very exciting match. I can't wait to see that as well. Big up to Kendo in here. He's saying, "What must Tanzania do for us to troll Niger?" Hey, I don't know what they have to do, but I think they're struggling. I think they're struggling in this game. I don't know. I feel like Nigeria are going to win this game comfortably 2-0. But let's see if Tanzania can get the equalizer and make things a little bit more interesting for us. And Drizzy asking what you're cooking.
Right now I'm grating a coconut, so I'm almost done. I've done the majority of it, and it's contributing to making some coconut milk. So yeah, man.
Come on. Hey. But yeah, we got a few minutes before we return for the second half. Big second half for these two sides. An opportunity to put themselves in the best place they can in the group. Man said grating coconut, that's a first for me. Hey, is what be happening. They're making coconut milk. Have to grate fresh coconut. Get the ingredients right. Let me have a look at this. Hey, Zambia topping that third place teams right now with 1 point. Obviously, we've got to wait until the rest of the teams play before we see how that starts to shape up. But that's going to be interesting to see what happens when that stuff starts to take shape. in the third best placed teams. Stadium in Fez in Morocco. Not full. It's raining a lot though in Morocco right now. It's their rainy season because it's cold, it's wet and raining. But then at the same time, we mentioned this on the previous streams as well. There's not a lot of inter travel between or inter travel routes in the continent of Africa. They need to change that to make it easier for people to move different parts from wherever they're coming from, make it cheaper. Kind of how we have it in Europe, man. We need to fix that infrastructure, man. If we fix that infrastructure, it's a lot easier for people to move around, man. And then you'll be able to see a lot more fan interest from across the continent. But Afcon 2027, man, them are going. Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania are going to be hosting. So we're going to be there. I can't wait.
Yeah, you gotta
I
get right,
can't wait.
man.
I can't wait for that. Out there. Content. Doing a lot of content. Talking to players, getting fan reactions, and then just doing the behind the scenes work. We need to see how these major tournaments are put on by CAF, how they're able to organize things in the right way, talking to the people that are making things happen. That's the most important thing. Oi, I'm ready. Big up to everybody who's watching right now. Appreciate the love.
You know what,
You know
actually,
what we're
Roland,
doing
yeah.
over here.
While
Hmm?
while we're here before the second half starts, speaking about like the inner workings of how these tournaments go and how like national teams operate. Speak about like the process to put all of this together from your perspective, because like we've covered Afcon, you covered Afcon and pros only sports for a few years now. You've been representing, been flying that flag high, bro. So you have to get your flowers in terms of the work and the hours that goes into putting these streams together, all of the assets, making sure the timings and like people that are there to join you on stream, communicating with those people, just how much work goes into it.
Oi, it is tough to do it, but you have to do a bit of preparation. I can't even lie. I don't think I'm as prepared as I wanted to be for this, just because I've been doing quite a lot over these last 6 months, just trying to revamp things for
Mm.
the channel, new updated design, getting the podcast out and building that and all of that. So I don't think I'm as prepared as I was in the previous editions, to be fair. Um, because we're kind of just doing things kind of on the fly, which I'm fine with. A lot of things is happening, so it is what it is. But yeah, it does take a little bit of preparation. Um, yeah, getting all the thumbnails done, getting these digital assets done, and organizing people just to see if they're available for streams, whatnot. Doing research on teams, trying to just get some conversational points as well during the streams as well. So it is a lot of work behind the scenes to kind of get these things done. It's not an easy thing to do as well. People think that you can just kind of like, get a mic, get some light in, and then start speaking into your camera. It's not an easy thing to do. If that was the case, then everybody would be able to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So um yeah, it takes a bit of preparation and it's just learning. So like out of all of this, I'm gonna learn. All right, how did it go? How did these things work? How can I improve for next time? I already know what's happening next time. Next Afcon, we're not going to be sitting in front of computers anymore. We're going to be
Mm.
outside with the people, like, and actually doing it that way because that's the way the content is trending at this moment in time. You have to be outside with people and stuff like that. So that's the way I'm moving as well into 2026. Like, there's going to be a lot less streaming like this. Is going to be a lot more outside pre-recorded videos. Like, I've got something nice that I'm going to be doing that I think is going to be very interesting for people to be able to see a lot of this kind of behind the scenes type of stuff. Because for me, it interests me. Like, we got a big tournament like CAF, for example, right? It would be very nice if we can talk to people that work in for CAF that are doing all of this different type of work. If we're talking about people doing all the camera work, like we've seen all these people doing all this camera work, the commentators, you've got people organizing things behind the scenes, making sure that every team is in their hotel, in their camp and set up right. There's a lot of people that put a lot of work to get these things to run the way that it runs, and we get the final product. But the final product isn't the most important thing. It's everything that happens behind the scenes. So that's something that I would love to give an insight to people who may be interested in that. Um, and I'm gonna be doing that kind of thing, but more from a maybe a club level type thing, talking to people at these different clubs
Mhm.
and understanding what do they do. So that's something that's coming soon on the channel very soon. Next year, I'm gonna make sure I shoot a couple pilots for it, and then bring that to the people because I think it's gonna be really enjoyable. But yeah, it's a lot of work, it's preparation, but I actually do like this. I like it, even though it's not going the way that maybe I would like. And I'm not even speaking about numbers. I'm just talking about comfortability within myself to say, right, I'm really putting out a good product here.
Mhm.
I know it can always be better, so it's always just like it's learning more to improve. We're ready to do what we need to do. But big up, appreciate the love, bro, and I appreciate you
Yes,
for
sir.
coming through as well and joining me as well. So it is what it is, man. Like we've been putting this on for the last 3 years or 3 editions of Afcon. I want to make sure we do it again, 2027. The planning will start from January 19th of next year, ready for 2027, because that is gonna be a very hectic kind of thing. 3 countries, you have to move
Mhm.
around a lot. Um, there'll have to be someone there with a camera, and we have to have editor on side and everything like that. Digital assets need to be done for stuff getting put out. So there's a lot that's gonna have to go within that, but we'll get it done for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, man. Looking
But
forward to that one. Looking forward to
yeah,
that one for real.
but yeah, Drizzy, this is the thing. Yeah, next Afcon, we're gonna be there. I want to get some media accreditation so that we can actually like be there, talking to players in mixed zones, behind the scenes at training, speaking to the coaches, maybe in the press conferences, just to get some content for all you people out there as well. It's gonna be cool. I know, man. We're on the way. I'm fully fledged media company coming soon. I'm telling you. Watch next year. More podcasts, no boundaries. But then I've got a couple of things that are coming out next year that I think is going to be sick. I can't wait for it, and I can't wait to share everything with everybody. But look, we're about to hit the second half right now. We're here. We're here. Right, I've seen some news. I seen a Ornstein bomber in our group chat. Yeah, Kendall, yeah, for sure. Fan park area, yeah. And we're even gonna put on some live events for fans that can't get into the stadium. That's something I want to do. Fans that can't get in the stadium, do a live event so we can actually stream the game for them if they can't get into the stadium for whatever reason. That would be a nice thing to do as well. For sure. Fan park area though, also to interview fans too. Yes, I hear that. Hey! Osimhen
Oh,
with the goal!
Owen!
Offside, 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 offside,
Ah,
offside, offside, offside.
that was a nasty finish, though. Let's
Look at
see
the
if
run.
he's off.
Yeah, he's off,
Yeah,
he's
he's
off,
off.
he's off, he's off.
What a
Ooh, that
finish!
would have been a
Hey,
sick goal. See, Osimhen took off the mask, yeah. He took off the mask for the celebration, but he's like, oh, they're gonna check. They're gonna check.
mm,
I think it is though. When the ball is played, I think he's off. But let's see. I need a replay though.
yeah. You just
I
never
need a
know when
replay. I
it
can't
comes
see.
to VAR.
I need a replay. Because based on
That
the
is
replay that I
reactions.
saw, it looked off. Yeah, it's offside.
Yeah,
It's offside. On that initial replay, I thought it was offside.
it's a signal of intent, though.
For sure. Here's Chukwueze. Osei Samuel with a cross towards Foba. It's a foul. Tanzania need to settle down after that period of play for Nigeria. Mm. Here's Miroshi, Hussein, Alarakia, switches play. Here's Kopembe, cross, Samata. Is Alarakia. Miroshi with it. Oh, goal! It's a goal! 1-1! Tanzania back in the game! Wow! Wow!
Hey,
Wow! Mwamba with the finish.
what a finish!
Wow!
Cross into the area, and he just volleys it at
Wow!
the back post. Nobody was there defending him. They lost unmarked.
Wow! Mwamba. Wow!
Eric Shen's asking, what happened?
You
What's going
see,
on?
they're doing him like Darvin Ham, hands in the
Hey.
pockets. Darvin Ham, hands in the pockets every time. Looks clueless.
He said, salute, y'all.
Oi! Nigeria!
Hey,
Down!
Afcon serving up a surprise again.
Oi! That's crazy. That is crazy. And it's a goal, Kendo. Oi! Man's talking about super chickens, you know. Oi!
Hey, that's
Peak, man.
crazy. That's crazy.
Peak. It's not over for Nigeria. They can get back into the game. Here's Lookman with a shot. Oh! What a goal! Oi! 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 They're
Quick
back in the
response.
game. They're back in the game. Easy work.
Oh my goodness. Lined it up.
Oi!
Never in doubt. Top bins.
Boy. Wow. What a finish by Lookman. Wow.
Fugo
What a
has no
strike.
chance.
What a strike.
What an excellent finish, man. And just what
Woo.
Nigeria needed after conceding.
Oi. 2-1 to Nigeria. Adamola Lookman has been somebody that has been so decisive for the Nigerian national team over the last 2 years. And here he comes again with another decisive goal for the national team after it looked like they were pegged back very quickly by Tanzania. And it looks like there's a lot of goals in this game coming now for either side. Here's Miroshi. Here's Alarakia. And Bassi is Miroshi. Nigeria has responded. What a game we're having here. That's right, Hassan. It's a good game so far. Here's Kopembe to Miroshi. Arakia. Ah! Oh, he's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. Silva.
Hey,
He's off.
spared
But
the both, you know. Woo!
boy. Yeah, he's straight
What a
offside.
game.
Straight offside. Hey, this game is heating up right now, and this is Afcon for you. Afcon at its finest. An unfancied side up against a giant, and both teams are swinging. Both teams are swinging for the knockout. This is what we want to see from Afcon. And Nigeria trying to push ahead. Akko Adams. Lucky. Unlucky. Foul. And Didi with a tough tackle there on Wamba. Tough tackle. Is Arakia. Shoot. Mm. Nigeria pushing forward now. Here's Ndidi. Calvin Bassi. Long ball into the channel. Here's Akko Adams. Can he keep it in play? He does just. It's Chukwueze. It will be. And there's a cross. Oh, oof. Hey, this keeper is having a game. I can't lie. Foba.
Hey. For a second, I thought it was gonna loop right back down to
Loop, yeah.
Osimhen for the
To
opening.
Osimhen. That's what I thought. It's just the way that it was flying. Like when he was standing, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this overhead. Nigeria's going to win, but Tanzania's taking the game to them. Yeah, man, it's going to be a tough win for them if they. It's definitely going to be hard fought if they do win this Nigeria because Tanzania are not going to lay down and die. Chukwueze with the cross. Moses Simon warming up. Is it will be. There's a foul there. They're going to stop play. Lookman fouls. I don't know who's that in midfield. Been booked as well. That was a Miroshi. Tough tackle there by Lookman. Chukwueze coming off for. I don't think he's happy though. Um, Samuel Chukwueze. Yeah, he's not happy at all. And Akko Adams coming off, and he's not happy either. Moses Simon coming on, and Bashiru coming on as well. Kapombe for Tanzania. They win it back though. It's a foul on Iwobi. Here's Calvin Bassey. Alex Iwobi now. Moses Simon. Cross. Osimhen, chest down. Look, man! Oh! Over the bar by Foba. He's having a game. I can't lie. He's having a game, the goalkeeper, making his debut for his nation, and it's his debut at Afcon. I can't lie. He's done really
Oof.
well. He's conceded a couple, but he's done really well. Look, man, with the finish there. Look, Moses Simon bringing a bit more intensity on that left-hand side for Nigeria and nearly made an impact after coming on. Here's Bashiru with the cross into the box. Tanzania look to break. Here's Arakia.
You
Can't get
really have
away.
to be
It,
careful in these scenarios.
what's the man?
Osimhen.
Yeah. Here's Iwobi. And just misplaces the pass. It goes out of play. Throw into Tanzania. Hey! Ooh. And Mobali kicks the ball out of play. And Suva off and Kelvin John on. Arakia now. Miroshi sprays it wide to Hussein. Can he get across into the box? Eee. Here's Miroshi. Hassan again. Hussein, sorry. That's a corner. Kendall saying Lookman fixed his hairline plus his performance followed suit. Hey, Lookman's been really good for the last couple of years, man. Just generally, man. When do you remember when way back in the day, not way back in the day, but when he did the Panenka penalty for Fulham,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everybody was like, what is this kid doing? He's not good enough. Blah 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 blah. He left England, went to Italy, and never looked back. Well, no, he was at Leipzig as well on loan. If we remember, he was at Leipzig
Mm.
on loan. All of that, man. He's had a career so far, man, and now he was one of CAF's best players a year ago.
More power to that, man. It just goes
African
to
Player of the
show,
Year.
and I'm sure on this channel more than anything, these stories will be uncovered for
Oh,
many
for
years
sure,
to come in terms
for
of
sure.
footballers and their journeys not exactly being linear. It takes, there are so many factors that affect how a professional athlete's career can go in terms of trajectory. One minute they're up here, the next minute they're down, and then it's a career resurgence when they're close to their 30th year. So
Mm.
you just never know when it comes to athletes. We see it in every single sport. There are great. So one that stands out to me, and it's not even football. But remember Andre Ingram when he got
Yeah,
called up from the G League and played for the Lakers,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and he
yeah.
had that stretch where it was magical.
Yeah,
Those
it's
are those
true.
sporting stories that you just look at and say, like, you never forget it, and just imagine how it must feel for somebody like him who has worked hard his entire career and gets the opportunity to represent the first team in a sense in the NBA,
Mm.
and even
Yeah,
if it's
it's the
for a
truth.
short period have that level of production. And the same goes for somebody like Lookman to be able to overcome something like that from a mental standpoint and then become one of your continent's greatest players within this generation, you could say, is
Mm.
it's a magical stuff and things that you could only imagine if you were a fly on the wall. They must be just reveling in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like that's the key. I'm trying to like tell these stories in a way that's respectful and kind of highlights, you know, some of the challenges because I feel like there's inspiration that we can gain from all of these stories, right? Like so yeah, definitely there's gonna be opportunities to speak about it from that perspective. Maybe even interview him and understand it from his perspective because he don't interview a lot. So that would be nice. Um Potentially for the podcast. So I'm putting that out there. Manifestation is powerful. So definitely, I'm
Hey,
gonna try and see if I can get an interview with him. Here's Iwobi.
and everybody, ooh, everybody in the comments as well. Appreciate you being here, but also on X, shout your favorite athletes. Shout the
Yeah,
athletes that you think have wonderful stories, sporting stories, and could potentially grace us with their time in telling their own story and providing the audience with insights that they would have never have known. On the other day, I added Wilfred Zaha. You just never know.
yeah.
You never
You
know
never
who's
know.
watching.
Yeah, because Will's story is an interesting one. Here's Osimhen. He's in behind, and then saying Tanzania are still in this game. Why? Because they won't sit back. Unlike Botswana, I'm telling you, I've been thoroughly entertained by this Tanzania side. Thoroughly
they
entertained, and
they
also
conceded that
it's not.
second goal and didn't sit back. They just kept on going.
And you know what's so mad about them, yeah, is that they haven't been to Afcon that many times. I think they've been to Afcon 3 times now. That's it.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, 5 times now. But it's not like, come on, 5. It's not that much. But they're here showcasing themselves. Lookman from Peckham, yeah, man. Like South London boy, like it's like Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a story to tell. Story to tell, man. But yeah, even Will's story is interesting because I remember very vividly when he switched allegiances to Ivory Coast back in the day, and there was a lot of backlash from English media for no reason at all. He was just like, I'm not gonna wait around to, potentially waste my opportunity at international career. Ooh,
Hmm.
Bali, flat there. Um, I'm not gonna wait around and waste my opportunity at playing international football when I could play for the country of my birth, because he was actually born in Ivory Coast, by the way. Like, he moved to England quite young and played through the youth
Wow.
levels, but yeah, he was actually born in Ivory Coast, so he decided to choose the nation. And I remember there was a lot of backlash because obviously a lot of English media were like, they were losing a very talented player, like, because we saw what he was
Yeah.
doing for Palace in the early days. So, so I remember that, and I would love to speak to Wolf about that because and I wonder if he kind of got sick and tired of the media after a while, whilst he was still playing for Palace and obviously the United situation and all that, because that must have been very difficult as well. So there's a lot to talk to him about for sure. Tanzania not giving up. It's a corner. It's a corner. You might have to. You might have to send me some details, and then let me see if I can find out who the person is for real, and then like reach out to them to see if I can. It'd be nice because I think there's a wonderful story that he needs to be able to showcase with people, man. Probably try and catch him in studio though. I want to do it in person though. It'd be nice to do it in person rather than kind of like doing it online like I've done before. But yeah, let me know. Shout me, bro. DM me or something, man. If there's any details that you can share, it'd be nice. 20 minutes to go plus added time. Is Moses Simon. Semi Ajay. Good play there. Gets away. Lookman, him and Osimhen just not on the same wavelength there. Bit of frustration for both of them. I mean, the game is finely poised, to be honest with you. It could go a goal either way, and it's either killing the game or it's bringing Tanzania right back into it. So let's see what they can do. Here's Arakia.
Yeah.
Ooh, he tried
There
to do
is
the
an
back heel.
there is an air of openness in this game where they're taking turns and getting that ball forward. Nigeria now on the ball, but before it was Tanzania and potentially having that opportunity to carve out a chance. And they've been getting crosses into the area in the second half as well. Just haven't
For sure.
been able to meet a teammate and test a beating and goal.
Ooh, Moses Simon gets past his marker. Cross into Austin. Ooh.
That's really good defending because he's unbalanced as well.
I can't lie. Between uh Chukwueze and and Akko Adams. They
Mm,
can't. They were angry. They weren't happy coming off. But Moses Simon has come on, yeah, and he showcased like some of the stuff that we've seen from him before. He's been very threatening.
mm-hmm. Oh, again, bodies back defending.
Here's Miroshi now. This is this is an interesting last 15 or so minutes that we're gonna have in this game because I'm just seeing how Tanzania have done really well in terms of the way they've set up. The way that they're going from back to front very quickly is also really interesting. Osimhen with the foul there, and Nigeria for I think at the same time I feel like they're maybe slightly worried about that counter attack, so they're not taking too many risks. But then, because you already have the lead, you don't necessarily need to push. You can try and defend well, and then don't force every opportunity. You take your time and run down the clock. And then if an opportunity presents itself, then you need to do what you need to do. So tactically, they need to just be careful here, not overreact and try and go and get the third like too quickly, because
Yeah,
otherwise you could leave yourself open at the back, and then all of a sudden they're ready for the counter attack Tanzania and they're in. So let's see how they approach this final 15 plus added time.
I do appreciate the fact that they brought on substitutions that showcase their intent of wanting to finish off the game. Because in a lot of scenarios, teams just shut up shop and try and protect the lead that they have. But I think with the way Tanzania are playing, you can't really look to do that because you just get pinned back, pushed back time and time again. And with the time that's left, you've got 15, 20 minutes potential, well, 15, maybe 20 minutes of added time, depending on what happens between now and the end of the game. You just don't want to be on the back foot constantly, and they have the quality to be able to look for that third.
Yeah, for sure. See, me watching this Nigerian side is making me angry, yeah, because Ghana, yeah, we have the same level of attacking talent, yeah, and we don't play
Mm,
like this at all. We don't play like this at all. Arakia fouled. We have an array of attacking talent for Ghana for sure. It's probably one of the best generations in a long time, but we don't play like this.
just the way that they're utilized.
Yes, the way they utilize, unfortunately. If we had a coach that just allowed them to just play, no restrictions, we'd be up there again. But I think also the midfield is maybe lacking a little bit for Ghana. It's the attacking side I have no worries, but the midfield I'm worried about that. Where are the next ones coming through? There is one guy though, I think, but he's between Spain and Ghana.
Mm,
Yeah, plays for Atletico Madrid. I forgot his name. I know who it is, but I forgot the guy's name. Playing for Atletico Madrid right now, and he's getting a really good education under Simeone and the coaching staff there. But because he's young. I think he was born in Spain, so he's gonna have a choice to make if
so
the time comes. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Here's Maroshi, gives the ball away. Iwobi goes out wide. Some more substitutions for the Tanzania team. Rakia coming off. His job. Kapombe off. Let's see what happens now. Heading into these final stages of the game. It's a foul. Haji Nonga, born in England to a Tanzanian father, English mother, was at Portsmouth for a lot of his, was born in Portsmouth, was in their academy, but now plays for Salford. Don't shoot, don't shoot. Oh, Afcon special. That is not the choice you make when you're down 2-1 and you're not that's not your speciality. There's one guy that you can say that, oh, so player down. Osimhen. Eee,
Hey,
eee. Hey, the keeper has been putting himself in the wars, Foba.
he has been about in this game, man.
I can't lie, I'm here for it though. I've enjoyed like what he's been doing in this game. It's a matter. Gives the ball away. Long ball forward. There's Nonga. Calvin Bassey just intercepting there is Moses Simon. Is there a corner? Kelvin John, is it? No. See, Botswana, you people should be ashamed. Botswana, you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. This is the kind of football that Tanzania are playing against a giant in Africa of Nigeria. And you, Botswana,
Didn't even put up a fight, man.
I mean, they play against Benin in the next game. They better do something in that game, I swear. I don't want to waste my time watching that game if they're not going to put up a fight. It's Afcon. It's Moses Simon now for Nigeria. They're slowing down, but it's like, you can't just slow down. You got to kill the game now. Moses Simon, ooh. And here comes Tanzania. They go poor execution. Ooh, Calvin Bassey, nice there. And he gets fouled. Osimhen coming off.
He's been unlucky today. He's picked up
Yeah.
a lot of dangerous positions. Potentially could have scored a goal, but he's worked. Scored a great offside goal as well, with that flick at the near post, but it just wasn't to be.
Yeah, for sure. Paul Onwachu coming on. He's been in form in Turkey, playing for Trabzonspor. In Turkey, I think he's had a tough time in his career before moving to Turkey. I don't know if you remember. I think he was playing. I forget who he was playing for. Let me just get this.
Was it
right.
Southampton?
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
I think it was Southampton. He had a really poor time at Southampton. Let me just double check if it was Southampton. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he had a pretty poor time. Only scored 4 goals whilst he was there. And then went on loan to Trabzonspor and he was bagging in goals and he's back there again, bagging more goals. So, and here's Tanzania on the break. He's collided with his goalkeeper, Calvin Bassey, but that was an opportunity on the break for Tanzania.
Complete miscommunication there. At least it seemed that way. Keepers go for it. Bassey gets the touch instead, and
this is where the danger could happen. There's a corner now, near post. There was a chance.
Oh my goodness!
That was an opportunity. He just snatches at it.
His
Ndidi with a poor clearance.
He sliced it.
Just sliced it. He just sliced it. Afcon was about to throw up another drama towards the end of this game.
Looked like he got injured as well.
Yeah, for sure. Hassan saying Botswana, they only need to look at Comoros, let alone anyone else. See how Comoros played against the World Cup semi-finalists. I mean, even that. Comoros weren't that good in the game, but they tried. That's a chance for Tanzania. And these guys may equalize against Nigeria. It's true, Hassan. They might. There's still time. We don't know how many minutes of added time they're going to give. I think it'll be about 4 at least minimum. So we'll see. tackle it. Here's Miroshi. But Nigeria have the ball now. Here's Lookman now. Is his goal going to be the winner? Is Lookman again edge of the box? Cleared. Bassi going down. It will be. Whatever happens, you can say that Tanzania put up a good fight to make sure that they've made a statement here. Nigeria, this was expected for them. They had to be winning this game more than anything. They needed to win this game, and however they get the result is fine. I think one thing that they definitely have they have to guard against is becoming too confident too early, because that's hurt them and it's hurt them too much in these previous tournaments. So they've because I remember in the 2022 Afcon or 21-22 Afcon, they Simon step over, cleared away. They stormed to 3 wins out of 3 in the group stage, and we thought, oh, they're gonna win the tournament. Knocked out last 16 by Tunisia. Last time out, they had a good start and they were growing in confidence as they went through the tournament. They got to the final quite comfortably, to be fair, and lose. And in that final, we were expecting them to win because of the way that Ivory Coast struggled under the pressure of their home tournament, and they lost that one too. So they need to guard against being too high. Just stay level. 3 minutes of added time. I think Nigeria will look to see this one out now, but it's an opportunity for Tanzania to get maybe one opportunity in these 3 minutes to maybe equalize. Let's see. Sanusi, Lukman, Semi Ajayi. You need to take your time. Niger spared themselves from getting cooked. Good stream. Nah, I appreciate it, Kendor. Thank you for coming through, bro. Appreciate your support all the time, especially during these Afcon streams, for sure. For sure. It's Calvin Bassey. They're just taking their time now, taking this thing out of the game, and just going to take their victory on to the second game. One last chance here for Tanzania. What they're going to do? Are they going to throw it long? They do. Unable to get the header. Frustrating. But that's it, I think, here. Tanzania put up a good fight, man. They should be proud of their performance against Nigeria, even though they're going to go down to a loss in the first game. They should be proud of their performance once again. And that is it. Game done. Game done. Nigeria 2-1 winners over Tanzania. Ademola Lookman with the absolute finish on the edge of the box. Great finish from him to win the game for Nigeria. Obviously, Semi Ajayi getting the start today, and getting a great header from Alex Iwobi cross. A few chances for either side. Obviously, Mwamba getting the goal for Tanzania to pull one back and potentially or to equalize for them, but it wasn't enough. They weren't able to push forward. They had a few chances towards the end, couple of scares for Nigeria, but unfortunately going to go down with a loss to start off this Afcon in 25 for their nation. But they have a lot of positive to take from this game that they can take into their final two group games, and they may be within a chance of potentially doing something in this group. We have to wait and see what that looks like. But yeah, we'll see, because it depends on what happens between Tunisia and Uganda tonight in the next game. But we'll see what happens there. Tanzania maybe within a shout of getting through to the knockout stage if they can be one of those best third place teams and all of that type of stuff there. But let's see what happens there. What are you saying, bro? How are you feeling about this game? Give us the rundown before we get out of here.
Yeah, we expected the win for Nigeria, but it was far from a routine result. They were tested. I think Tanzania did a great job of staying alive in that second half. Even though they conceded opportunities, they fought back themselves and pushed high up the pitch. They won balls, got forward in transition, and for them, unfortunately, the quality just wasn't there to have that. You were looking at that last opportunity, I believe, from the corner kick, where it's just sliced over the bar, and that probably sums up where they were from a quality standpoint for the entirety of the game. But a lot of positives to take on, as you said, bro. Um, Again, you look at the next game and you reset and you go from there. For Nigeria, ideal win, 3 points on the board to start AFCON 2025, and you keep it pushing. One of the strongest teams in the tournament, huge expectations. What you need to do and what the most important thing is, get the W, get the 3 points on the board and keep it pushing.
That's it. That's it. Well, look, we're going to be back in literally 20 minutes for the final game of tonight, or maybe let's make it 25 minutes. I'll give myself a bit extra time. 25 minutes for the final game of tonight. Tunisia against Uganda should be a very interesting game. I'm expecting to see a lot of different style of football from Tunisia, so let's look out for that tonight.
Mhm.
Big up to everybody that's been watching on X, on YouTube. Make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribe button as well if you're new. Repost this to your followers on X as well. We'll be back in 25 minutes, so make sure you stay tuned. Big up to everybody. Appreciate the love and support. More games happening over the next few days. Afcon 2025, we have arrived. Big up to man like CM as always for joining me on the stream. Let people know where they can find you before we get out of here, bro.
Hey, all that matters is your family over here. Next game. Large
That's
ups to
it. All
everybody,
right.
man.
All right. Big up to everyone. We're out. Peace.